Well, folks. Well. Here we are, November 5th. We made it. We made it. Come talk to me. This reminds me of the first time Trump got elected. That's what this night reminds me of. I remember where I was, what I was wearing, what I was doing. It reminds me of that night. It reminds me of that night. You know, I got to tell y'all, man, it's it's not looking too good for you, girl. She gotta shoot. She gotta average. You know what I mean? She gotta go Steph Curry on a great night and hit everything else so far. But I don't listen. No, I ain't playing the red hat. That's the Crown Society hat. Listen, I'm not laughing because a lot of people, y'all upset right now. But here's the thing, man. I always say you gotta say yourself. All right? You gotta say yourself, B. You can get involved in the political process, but do not become self-reliant on it. Or do not become reliant on it. Always rely on yourself. Have your own political philosophy. You know what I mean? And be politically educated, because it's about to get different outside. Black women, y'all better snuggle up and find y'all a black man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? But let me know how the people feeling, because I've been watching the political banter between two sides. So I watched the Republicans and I watched the red hat trigger. Hey, brother, you got to go heal yourself. I seen DJ Envy talking about some. DJ Envy said he was at the makeup store. He seen the Trump hat. He said it scared the shit out of him. That brother needs some more sun in his life. You got to relax, man. Don't be spreading that kind of stuff. Don't be putting that kind of information out there. Oh, man, that's funny. Damn, he got to go get him a tan. Shout out to Supernova Slum, man. But it's one of those things, man. I don't care what happens. You got to feel good about life, and you just got to be ready to, win at life regardless. I see Bitcoin that's went up to $75,000. Forex market is going crazy. They pricing in a Donald Trump win. That's what's happening right now. Now, back to what I was saying, I see two different reactions to this right now. I see conversations on Valuetainment. They had like 200,000 people, right? And I seen conversations on the Breakfast Club. They had maybe 13,000 people. And on Valuetainment, they was having a very important discussion, right? One of them was Candace Owens. You got the owner, and a bunch of other people I never knew. But they were talking about holding Trump to fire. And first of all, it's a conversation that I respected an aspect of it, because they were talking about holding him to fire for his campaign promises. And they were criticizing him. And this is his base that supports him. But they were criticizing him for some moves that he was making. And they were saying that we have to be prepared to fight him so that he keeps the promises that he made to us. And I'm like, man, I have not seen the Democrats do that. I ain't seen them do that. And so it's funny because the Democrats I seen, I'm not going to lie. It was a little sad when I was watching the Democrats talk about Kamala. It was sad over there. It was like a funeral. I couldn't keep watching it. It wasn't no energy, no nothing. It was like, damn. As soon as I turned it on, they act like she already, like she gone, like they planning a funeral or something. I'm like, what's up? You got to keep some energy up, keep the energy high. But they were talking about race in America and things of that nature. And there was a lot of truths that they was talking about, but they were talking about, all the things that went wrong and a bunch of rhetoric that I typically hear, right? But I think that the conversation that the people having over the Republican side was that they were really taking this very serious, and they were thinking in their best interest And there was something that was sent to me of how to vote like a radical. And they say, never vote for the opponent that you love. Vote for the one that's your best equipped to fight. Man, I thought that was so powerful. They said, vote for the one you best equipped to fight, because once they become elected, they become your opponent. Right? Once they become elected, they become your opponent. And I think that's so deep as an idea, right? And I think that there were so many mistakes made in this election, and I learned a whole lot, more than I ever knew about politics. And it actually changed my mind about a lot of things in politics as far as our power in it and how you can utilize things. Now, they're already screaming low voter turnout. And I had this conversation earlier, and I said, I don't think that all of this money being thrown around is going to translate on the election day. I don't think that's what it represents. No, this is the God hat. Don't disrespect it. Don't do that. And the reason I do that is because I study communities. I study funnels, right? I study branding, things of that nature. And I understand that there's an organic creator, and they get real support. People show up for them in a real person. Like, I'm one of them type of people, right? This is why we able to tour and we get thousands of people show up. There can be somebody else with millions of followers, and they go do a tour and nobody shows up. But they have spent a lot of money becoming known, right? So it looks like they got a lot of motion, but it doesn't translate. So this election was the most money spent ever on an election. So it was money spent to manipulate the people on both sides. The problem, and I was telling my bro this, I said, and he's a Democrat, he's voting Democratic. And I was saying, I don't think that this is going to translate on the election day. I don't think we're going to see that translate to high voter turnout. Because I don't think that, throwing money and throwing concerts and things of that nature, it will get you content to be seen. But the funnel for our generation is different. We need connection, not virality, in order for us to be engaged and activated in real life. And this is something that y'all can learn about for 2025. Having followers don't mean nothing. Listen to this, right? Having followers don't mean nothing. Spending money to engage followers don't mean nothing. It's all about core supporters. What the man Donald Trump has is a core base that is invigorated behind him, that he doesn't have to pay to be invigorated behind, because they agree on a political philosophy about America. And what happened in the Democratic side is they wasn't willing to do anything radical to win the vote. Yet they said that this was the most sensational, important election ever. But the only people that she sat down with, quite frankly, was athletes. Now, and Obama went to go speak to some athletes and entertainers. I didn't see them speak to anybody that has the black voice and respect in a way that translates. Because just because we watch somebody for entertainment does not mean whatsoever that translates to any other aspect within our lives, because the landscape has changed. We are now more sophisticated in how we group things. We'll watch you because you're entertaining, but I'm not listening to you when it comes to politics. Now, you can't confuse Shay Shay Club, you feel me, for translating into any type of vote politically whatsoever, because he has motion. You just can't do that. I know the people that Black America listen to. I'm one of them. So I've seen so many mistakes happening, and I'm like, how are they so confident running this play? This play don't make no sense to me. Like, dude, is it not known about, and it's not that much market research you need to do. It's not that hard. I ain't talking about just taking pictures with them. I'm not talking about just having some dinner with them, eating some salmon. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about having authentic connection so that funnels, that trust, that the person that you trust, that you go to for whatever leadership in whatever area translates to that opponent. Why y'all asking me who I voted for, man? Why y'all so nosy? Dang, man, ain't that supposed to be like one of them things like, ask people like how a woman's weight is? Come on, man. Why y'all all up in Keys election cycle? What's going on? I live in California, first of all. My vote don't even matter. Like, California is sewn up. My vote is symbolic to the Electoral College in America. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what we even talk about? I don't live in a swing state. First of all. So you got to understand. I did my research. Who did y'all vote for? Who did y'all vote for is the question. I vote for. You know what I'm talking about? All I know is the America, I get excited around transitions and changes and different things that happen in America because also there are things that bring us together and there's things that forces us to change and there's things that puts us to sleep. I can tell you this, though, and I don't know why they keep trying to run the play, but there's writing on the wall that would tell you when it's time. But I don't think America is not ready for the female presidents that have been presented to us. Like, if you wanted to win and you wanted a real good chance of winning, you would have gotten Miss Obama. That's probably the only black woman that could have won. That's the only one you could have got. You could have got Miss Obama. That's the only one that would have. Miss Michelle, she had the best chance of winning. And for some reason, they just refused to give us somebody with Black American lineage. Well, not for some reason. I understand the reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we have nobody that actually has Black ancestral lineage, you know what I'm saying, is even got close to winning. But Miss Michelle Obama, she would have won. She got too much grace, too much class, you know what I'm saying? And she's too high, favorably loved and liked even more than Obama. That would have been a vote that people would have been energized to cast, right? But they didn't run the play. They did not run the play. That was the only, see, they try to run this thing and saying that it's about a black female, but it's really about the one that you choose. And the question wasn't about whether you vote for a black woman or a woman of color. It was about which woman that you choose. We've seen Hillary lost. First of all, Donald Trump does well against women because he's the polar opposite, right? It's not the best play to run against that man. He's the polar opposite. He's a man. This is a woman. That's not the best play to run against him. You know what I'm saying? You got to get a shining candidate. You know what I'm saying? You have to get somebody that represents some stability and that represents a shining beacon without them even having to say nothing. Reputationally great. There was too many things that needed to be explained, and there was too much lack of straight talk, right, and love, and there was so much people having to get paid to say things in order for them to utilize their platform. And I'm talking to people who's getting big checks. And they like, yeah, I got 100,000, I got 200,000, blah, blah, blah. They're like, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I just wanted the money. They're like, would you turn it down? I'm like, I probably would have, but I understand. You know what I'm saying? I understand. You know what I'm saying? Because those same people that posted something for 5 minutes, now they can take the post down and that check still clears and y'all don't care about it. Y'all go about your day. So the money does not translate. There was not enough authenticity and connection. And you have to learn this as a creator, because there's a lot of creators, because the vote is like money. The vote is like your follower base giving you money. That's what it's like. Now, everybody that has followers don't have supporters that will give them money, that they're going to buy stuff, they're going to like, they're going to support, they're going to do things. So you see some people that can have 1 million followers, but their engagement is so low that only like 0.1% of their followers support and turn out. And you wonder why. I see people with large followings and their comments be like 10 people. So you have to be very careful. You know what I mean? When you're running a play, you have to be authentic and you have to be real. In 2025, the play is going to continue to change, right? And you have to be real about everything that you do. I think there was a grave mistake, because they also ran a woman who has a Jewish Zionist husband, and she turned down having a Jewish Zionist running mate because she didn't want to lose. And so she brought in this very boring running mate. I forget his name. Doug. No, is that name? His name Doug? Was it Harris and... Damn, I forgot his name already. See, that's how boring the man is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he boring. He disappeared like Kamala did when she was vice president for Biden. I forgot what his name is. Somebody remind me what his name is. You know what I'm saying? But he definitely one of them type of people. Tim. Mr. Tim. Let's bring in Mr. Tim. That man ain't help at all. He was washed. Mr. Tim was washed. Tim ain't help at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, his name is Waltz. Oh, they was not washed. Tim Waltz. You know what I'm saying? Waltz could not tango. You know what I'm saying? Not in this election. Tim didn't do nothing. I ain't gonna lie. Tim ain't moving. He ain't moving needle. Old Tim should just set this one out. You know what I'm saying? She could have brought anybody else. She might as well have ran 2 women. She might as well just did something different, because they played so safe that they wasn't a danger. Man, you gotta throw a curveball in there. You gotta throw something. You gotta say something different. You feel me? You gotta do something different. But old Tim, that ain't even the type of white man other white man like. She was supposed to go get somebody that at least was like, she should have got RFK when he called. She should have got Robert F. Kennedy when he called. They didn't even take the man's phone call. So then he took his votes over there to Donald Trump. It's like, come on, man. I don't know. I think they was playing with y'all. They just got y'all hope up, knowing that they was gonna lose. Because from what I was told from insiders, they was telling me that they've been preparing to lose for months. Robert F. Kennedy don't be talking no nonsense. No, you can't show me where he be talking nonsense. I interviewed the man. He ain't say no nonsense to me. That man be talking straight facts. You know what I'm saying? If they win and he implement Maha, I'm excited about the Maha. Make America healthy again, because there's a lot of big backs that don't need more snacks. It's a lot of big backs that don't need more snacks. Hey, all my Forex traders that's getting money, man, cash at me in the morning, because I know Forex is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. People been telling me in the campaign trail. I just didn't want to tell y'all. I ain't feel like it was my business and my place to share that kind of news, because I know a lot of people was excited. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to remain unbiased. But now that the market's closed, now that the polls is closed, I can say whatever I want to. Now that the polls is closed, I can't affect it. I ain't even trying to. Listen. And then I'm going to tell you what, man. They tried to make me the ops before it even got started. They had Stephen A. Smith, Joe Budden, and me on a cover talking about right wing black podcasters is pushing white wing extremists bullshit. Like y'all messing. How y'all gonna turn this to the opposite? This ain't even started yet. Like y'all messing up. So you gonna make the most popular voices to black men in black America the target of a hit piece by the Democrats before it even gets started. Y'all try to make us the enemy and the ops. And if y'all lose, all of them was those plays that y'all did. They say gold is up 2,800. Oh man, I love me some gold. They had all these. I posted. It was on MSNBC. I ain't worrying about RFK voice, man. He ain't got to goddamn say a poem. You know what I'm saying? He can go up there sounding like Oscar the Grouch. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got to recite a poem. He just got to do a good job. You feel me? But here's the thing. I had 2 political candidates on my show. Right? And I had 1 international political candidate on my show. But 2, we had Dr. Cornel West and we had Robert F. Kennedy. Right? So I did my part in the political cycle, in this political election. More than 99% of the people, 99.9%, because my podcast is in the top 0.01% in the world. So the Democrats was invited to come on the show. I actually had 1 Democratic congressman that was supposed to come on the show, and his strategist told him last minute, don't go on there. It's too radical. Guess what? He lost. I'm trying to understand, do y'all prepare to win or lose? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to understand, like, and this brother had the AIPAC spend more money against him than any other candidate in history. And he didn't want to do nothing radical. I'm like, bro, they spending all of these millions to get you out. And, all right, okay. You don't think that's a story that you should come on my show and tell? Black people care about stuff like that. When we got a common enemy, we turn up. But it is what it is, man, you know. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. That's what they say, right? That's what the old philosophers say. The old African proverbs. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. I understand. But in 2025, things are going to get a little critical for everybody. And what I'm hoping is that black people have the ability to be able to come together, right? Black men and women, black men specifically being able to organize with each other, right? And I think it can put us in a very powerful position. But I do think that there's going to be more culture wars that's going to proceed. And I think that we have to be very careful about what we do and what we say, you know, and how we move, right? I don't think there needs to be any fear mongering, right? But I think that the courageous amongst us need to come together. It's a very critical time, you know? And you have to understand, man, when you put people in a position where they feel like they got nothing to lose, they're going to respond and act like it. And I think that that's what you've seen. People responding and acting like it. I think that what you've seen in a lot of different ways is for the Democratic Party is a dissatisfaction in black people with the party to where, yes, there was a lot of apathy, which is why there probably was a lot of low voter turnout, that the same taxes just can't and won't work ever again moving forward. And I think these next 4 years, next year is going to be, it's going to be a crazy year. Cosmically, it's a whole different kind of cycle that's about to hit. It's going to be a max peak. And so you have to pay attention to the writing on the wall, and you have to join communities, and people have to be in group thinking, and we have to be in organization. Otherwise, ain't no future for you. But I'm excited, though. I think we do very well under pressure. I do. I think it's no reason to fret, no reason to be afraid. I think take these times very seriously because the unraveling of America will continue. But we all we got, baby. So lock in with individuals like myself. Lock in with other people that's doing things that have been historically under-resourced and underfunded, and we can no longer ignore it. Because we seen the tactics of all other black men in America. Y'all seen it during this election. You see how they turned out. You seen the most that they're willing to do in a revolutionary manner. This was the most revolutionary thing most of these men have ever done. So once we see everything exhausted, then what? We might don't even talk about the vote. Nah, let's talk about something real. So I think you have to let people go through their processes. You have to let people expend their resources. You have to let people tactically die out with the strategies that they're utilizing and let them realize that it's a completely new time. My brother Wall Street Trapper just bought a 50,000 square foot building, 4.2 acres or something like that, for $5.5 million called the Freedom Center in Atlanta to teach black people about wealth and produce blueprints. I remember back in the day, man, the ideas about us doing things like this was almost unheard of. Like a black man to do something like that. Like I helped start this financial literacy movement, right? Because there wasn't financial education being passed down from older generations to my generation. So if we didn't see it, then it wouldn't happen. So to see these things happen by us, man, it's so beautiful. And it's going to require more of us to get involved in these things. Yeah, I feel sorry for the people of Palestine because Donald Trump is definitely a Zionist. He's their biggest supporter. He said that a lot. And I know for a fact that if we do not get behind the real voices and support, because I know a lot of people are going to be feeling discouraged, but don't be discouraged. Every Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, every knock is a boost. Meaning they try to knock you down and they really boost you up. So now you just look forward to the best way to move forward. The stock market, all estimates of great economists have said you're going to see, number one, a short-term boost. Can't tell you what's going to happen in the long term. But short term, you should see a boost in those areas because Donald Trump has promised the crypto bros a lot. So you should see that go up crazy short term, next 3 to 6 months. Right? I don't know about what the long term is going to be. I think it's foolish to predict the future when you can just be patient and wait for signs that tell you what's going to happen. And right now I'm waiting for those signs. But I know short term, you should see crypto do very well. I think this can do a really great resurgence, not only in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the bigger coin, but what you really want to do is you want to look at some of the micro coins, right? Somebody like Alex Becker is a good person that gives a lot of breakdowns on things of that nature. But you're going to look at some of the smaller coins and the micro caps that you can get in that will give you a larger return. That's what I'm going to be looking for, right? So if Bitcoin is going up, if you buy one Bitcoin and it goes up to $100,000, that's still only 25% return, right? If you get into a micro cap and it goes up 100%, 200%, 300%, you're going to see some big returns, some of them 3,000%. So I think that this can bring a really huge boost to the crypto economy in a way where it can make some instant millionaires and even billionaires. Oh, you say you unfollowing me because I'm too self-centered to give financial advice? Well, man, you might as well press that button on right now. What you want me to do? You want me to change? What you want me? You want me to change this? You want me to change the results? You want me to console your feelings? What you want me to do? You want me to go back in time and get the people to vote? What you want me to do? I can only move forward. What you want? I'm trying to understand like what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to be crying. I'm not Van Jones. I can't cry on cue. This cycle, y'all. I can't believe it. Nope, I ain't got it in me. Let's get to this money. Let's get to some power. Let's get to some organization. If you was following me and you thought I was that type of person, man, you followed the wrong person a long time ago. That's not Brother Keys. First of all, I have an amazing humor. So I laugh through everything. Right? I keep things lighthearted. I laugh through everything. It could be the worst thing that happened. I'm going to find a joke in it. Right? It's my way of balancing out life. You always got to find light through dark. When people are in despair, give them inspiration. Right? When people are greedy, tell them to be cautious. I'm a bridge. I tell people when the cycles are coming. Right? I tell people how to maintain steadfastness, emotional resilience, self-dependency, producing their intellect. I understand what my gifts and my values are. For anybody else that you want to be an empathetic, emotional hoarder of feelings that is going to drown you in tears and sorrows about something that has already passed, I've never been that type of person. And I understand you might need that right now, but I don't have that for you. What I have for you is tough love to say you got to wipe away those scars, brush off those scratches, because guess what? It may not be what you want, but it's what you need. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell you much. We've definitely been through worse than whatever you feeling. Matter of fact, this is what it is. A lot of this stuff, man, get propped up in the media as much worse than what it is. I think that living in America has really prepared me for just about anything. And what I see, and you can call it selfish, but yes, I think we should be selfish because nobody thinks out for the black man but himself. And of course the black woman. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be on my side. Don't get me wrong. Like I want to make it a goal to work with as many black women in 2025 as possible. Let's work. You know what I'm saying? I want to work with as many like amazing, powerful black women because I know that everything will come into fruition when you got it. I just had a vision of like just a team of just like 500 black women. Man, you know what you can do with 500 black women? Man, you take over the whole entire galaxy. You go Thanos, you snap your fingers, the world is yours. 500 black women? Boy, I tell you, oh my God. I might have to do a million black women march, but outlaw all the men. It's just me there. And I'm like, sisters, what y'all trying to do? I'm glad y'all showed up. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about it. You feel me? Oh, man, no, for real. Y'all got to think about that, black man. Think about what you can do with 500 black women. Man, that's a movement. That's amazing. You feel me? I literally, in my heart of hearts, know that you can literally do anything, right? Black women be the backbone of everything. Once they get into something, it's almost unstoppable. But you also have to realize for like black women, though, they don't work without black men. And we don't work without y'all. We can do amazing things, but not by ourselves. Not completely independent of. Like, if you see a movement where black women are completely against it and it's just black men, it's going to fail. I've had movements where I worked with black men, and the thing I messed up was it was just black men at the top of the group. We messed up. I don't know why I was working with them Negroes. You know what I'm saying? So I would never do that. No, you got to work with women. They get things done 10 times faster. Y'all like fertilizer. You know what I'm saying? You work with black men, and it's gonna take a while just to get the seed in the ground. With black women, man, as soon as you tell them you want to plant something, man, that seed in the ground, you feel me? It's been fertilized and it's already planting roots. It's already growing. It's amazing. My sister say, "Do you feel like someone like Kanye is ego?" I don't know how Kanye got in a conversation, but hey, let's stay focused. It's election night. He not running this year. Yeah. Damn. All right, good. That was good. All right, y'all can hear me again, right? Cool. Appreciate you. I just brought you in so I can bring in my sound back. Appreciate it.
Cool. Cool.
All right, there we go. No, I gotta call my brother Rance just called me. I gotta call him back. But you know, it is what it is. Listen, man, it's one of those nights where you gotta think about, where you was, how you felt, you know what I'm saying? And just get your energy right and get prepared for 2025. You know what I'm saying? I know the conversations I'm about to have in a week or so, they're gonna be interesting. I know I'm so ready for high level conversations. I'm actually super excited, and I was gonna feel like this regardless who wins. And I think that's the most important thing. When you hold on to something and you have this expectation and it doesn't meet, it causes a gap emotionally, and it can make a lot of people feel stressed and anxiety and depressed. And that's literally the last thing that you need. It's already enough stuff going on. Your goal is to be focused on how do you now win regardless, right? Now, I know one thing financially is an opportunity there. How do you win regardless financially, right? We have High Level Club. I suggest all of you all join because we definitely going to be winning in 2025. Crypto is back in the mainframe. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens, but I've been telling people buy gold. I did a town hall. We gave you a breakdown about gold. We're gonna do a whole gold class. 'Cause everybody should be getting gold. We've been telling y'all. They say gold gonna be hitting 2,800. There's one I trade when it comes to gold. JNUG. I wouldn't suggest you trade it. I'm just telling you if you're experienced with it. But it usually fluctuate very high, but it can go down, you know what I mean, and up at any given time. So it's something that you trade intraday. But you know, good luck with that. But then gold is also seen as a hedge against the market. So people, when gold is up, it represents that they're trying to put their money somewhere else other than the market, and they're trying to store it somewhere. You feel me? But I think that a black America needs to be backed by gold. Yes, we have another retreat signed up. It's going to be we have one in Jamaica. I'm going to try to set up a couple different locations globally. Yes, when gold goes up, silver historically is known to follow as well. So the precious metal market is actually doing very well right now, right? So when you see like if analysts are predicting the fall of America, go look at gold, go look at Bitcoin, like see how these markets work. Like my brother, I talked to my brother Quay, me and him.
I'll partner with him on an app that sends me daily signals as far as like where to, position yourself for option trades and things of that nature. And it's been hitting. You feel me? It's like the Tinder of stock market apps, and I love that. I think that everybody should definitely be focused on their economics right now. I own some XRP, not a crazy amount, but enough that if it goes skyrocket, you feel me, that'd be cool. XRP is one of those things that, if they replace the chairman and the SEC and they do some overhauls of things, I think you can see some crypto. If they really replace, if Donald Trump replaces the right people, I think you can see some stuff go crazy. Yeah, I don't expect the gold to react. I don't. That's not what I expect gold to do right now. You know what I'm saying? Not whatsoever. Um, I think physical assets. I think it's strong to own the house. I think it's strong to own art. I think it's strong to own gold as a physical asset, silvers, precious commodities. That's probably the only thing that I know to really um, give you sound advice on. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. So take all advice with a grain of pepper and salt. You know what I mean? That's up to you on how you season it. But I do think that everybody should be educating themselves. And I think that everybody should be focusing on how you get yourself together because the average person doesn't have enough money for $1,000 emergency. You know what I'm talking about? So also we had a mentorship. So anybody that want to join the coaching, make sure all you gotta do is DM me the word mentor, and then we're gonna send you a link to get started. But listen, is what it is. If anybody want to say something before I get out of here, I'll allow you to come on. But I really just wanted to tell y'all, man, don't even worry about it. Everything gonna be good, man. The God's got y'all. You feel me? Don't even worry about nothing. If you voted for Donald Trump, okay, you got what you wanted, possibly. You know what I mean? If you didn't, don't worry about nothing. You gonna be good. If you feel like you stagnant and you're not where you want to be at in life, and you want 2025 to be your year, man, make sure join the mentorship, join High Level Club. You feel me? So we can lock you in and help you go to that next level. Because I know for a fact, too many of y'all have been sitting on the sidelines when you seen so many people teach you, right? About gold, about crypto, about Bitcoin, about stocks, about options, right? And you didn't do it. People told you to start that podcast. Now you're seeing people flourish, right? People told you to get into the real estate market, and now people are killing it. People told you to do Airbnbs, and now people are posting their gains. It's been too many years you've been sitting on the sidelines, right? You should have started your personal brand a long time ago, right? You should have learned how to turn content into money. You should have learned to put together your ebook, right? You should have started working out and start getting some of that fat off. Because 6 months ago, if you'd have started then, you would have less fat. Now you feel a little tired. You like, man, this gonna take me forever. It won't take you forever. It's just the day you start and the day you don't quit, right? So that's what you need to pay attention to yourself and what you need to do, how to save yourself. Right. So make sure y'all join High Level Club. You get access to the High Level University. We're gonna be teaching the communication class as well. Because that is the most requested thing that people have asked me to teach. Um, Being able to communicate very confidently and passionately in a way to where you become more persuasive, right? Like a leader. A lot of people don't know how to speak, and that's very detrimental in this day and age and time, right? And so once people actually learn the different hacks and tricks of how to speak more confidently in life, every other area of your life goes up. I'm telling you. We didn't cancel Brooklyn. We had a communication issue with the venue, so we had to push it back. So we're looking for our next date to be in January. And make sure y'all tapped into my personal page, uh, 19 Keys. It's on my 19 Keys channel on YouTube. So make sure y'all go over there because we're gonna be dropping some new shows directly on my network. But high level conversations will be returning. Peace to the guys. Peace to the family. Y'all be beautiful tonight. Peace.